Oh, if I could shove my fist in my mouth, I would right now, because it gets me so freaking excited for the future of Pablo. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, wherever here. I hope that you are all doing well. I cannot believe that it's almost been 2 weeks since this album released and I've still not listened to it. Isn't that just utterly disgraceful? But I'm so looking forward to it because I'm just coming from having watched Pablo's TikTok live, where he was talking to us about all the different tracks and hyping us up basically before the release of the album. And I feel like I already have a good understanding of the album. He's performed it. I've watched some of the fan cams from his mall tour, and I'm really hyped to listen to it. He tells us it's the best, and I'm going to believe him. So what I'm going to do in this is I am going to obviously start off with the preview, because it gives me a nice overview, and obviously I'll be able to see like the credits as well, so I can see like who had what input, and then I can kind of make my predictions, and then I will listen to all of the tracks. So there are no lyric visualizers or lyric videos for any of the songs of this album, but it's okay because I kind of found some fan-made lyric videos. Now I'm treading very cautiously because I know that those aren't always reliable, especially if they're obviously using Google Translate, but I'm going to have like that up on the screen, but please note that I am obviously not relying on that. What I do have is somebody on X who has written a very like in-depth translation, and they, you know, shared it with lots of International 18 and said, hey, please refer to this. They're like, what they've said is the unofficial dynamic English translations, which I really like the sound of. And that was from Sarah Carter. So I am going to refer to that cheat sheet and have a look at that alongside listening to the songs. So hopefully I'll be able to somewhat like put this together, because yeah, I've just left it so long and it needs to be listened to, wouldn't you say? So everything that I'm going to do, everything that I'm listening to, the links are in the description below, and I think I've said everything that I need to say, and I'm looking forward to this. So please, let's start off by listening to this preview together.
I'ma drop it on you soon, come on soon, you don't wanna know. Full moon, like a vroom vroom, like a holly's on.
Oh, nice.
You better move, might just run you off. Lucky you, I'm sober, gotta run you off. I don't really care if you like me, I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe, why should I care? Shut your trap and just be quiet, give the mic, yeah. Just give the mic, yeah. Give the mic, yeah.
Oh, it sounds so young. I like... This song is so sick. Oh, Simon! No wonder! Even when I watched him perform this live, I think I made some comparisons to Gento, with the lyricism, obviously, because Pablo is just known for that anyway. But I felt like it had a Gento feel to it, and now it makes sense because obviously producer Simon Servida. I love it. I love it. Oh wow. I love the visualizer right here. I don't know. I thought this was going to give me a bit more clarity as to what I'm going to love in this. I'm a sucker for a good, happy, uplifting song, and I love Blessed, and I really love how the official track sounds as well. So I'm going to go with that. I love that, but I really think that Butata it's a vibe, it's a feel, and having seen Pablo do the dance, it is disgustingly good. And I know that he says obviously Neumun is the title track on this album. I would quite like for Butata to have a music video. Oh, can we have a music video for everything, please? I'm still waiting for a music video from the other album from Laon. I mean, come on, pal. But I'm also waiting for a music video for every single other song on Seven Sins. So I guess I'll just be waiting. It's just going to go into my wish list. Santa? But no, okay, I'm going to say that Butata is my most favourite thing that I've heard so far. Micha, I think it's going to be a battle between the two of them, but then I'm also an utter sucker for songs that sound like Blessed. But then the other day when I heard Puyat, I was like, I love the meaning of it, what it's telling us, and I really adore that. So it's really tricky, but I'm excited about this. So let's move into the actual listening of this, and as I said, whatever is on the screen, I am not taking that for gospel. That is just something to have on the screen at the moment. But what I am actually referring to is what Sarah has shared with us International 18 on X. So this is the unofficial dynamic English translations for the album, and I'm looking forward to having that up and looking at that as well. So let's go. So before we even get into this, I just want to let you know that I am now no longer using the cheat sheet. I've just tried to access it right now and I'm not able to. It says no connection. I've tried with a couple different accounts, no connection, and I'm not willing to push this onto a third week. I need to listen to this album. Lucky for me, other 18 had subbed some of the fan cams that I'd watched, so I already have a bit of an understanding of the album. And to be honest with you, I'm never really going to get the full understanding until Pablo releases his version of the lyrics, his lyric visualizers. So it is what it is. It's not a him problem. It's not a you problem. It is 100% a me problem that I do not speak nor understand Tagalog. What can you do? I need to listen to this album right now, and that is what I am going to do. So I am sorry that all you see on the screen are going to be these kind of lyric videos. They may be inaccurate, but it's just going to be there, and let's just get through this and enjoy it. And I need to feel all of that positivity that Pal's been talking to us about. Bring it on. Drop it on. Straight into it. We went to like 100 miles straight in. I'll run you over. I just hit the brakes and now I'm on my neutral gear. Yeah, fair to interfere, cause when you poke a sleeping bed, don't expect to hide. We'll run you off. It's honestly such a bike riding song. Like, you can see how he's been inspired by getting out there on that bike. Because obviously we had Edsa and now we've got this. I just really like how thumpy it is, and it's definitely setting a tone for the album. I wonder how it continues, but it's really, really punchy. Hope you meet our maker in Mali from Jamaica. Guess I will see you later, but if I don't, then it's your fault for being a hater. You're major. Disengage, just another empty stage. People filling empty space and full of it on empty days. But it's rising up, things popping out, new moves just back me up, cause we don't wanna get there, hurricane, we get the ring. Love it. But I'ma drop it on. The monsoon, you don't wanna know. Full moon, like a vroom vroom, like a horizon. Let it move, might just run you off. Lucky you, I'm sober, wanna run you off. The monsoon, you don't wanna know. Full moon, like a vroom vroom, like a horizon. Let it move, might just run you off. It's funny to think that he makes music like this too, right? It was needed. The only time I play is when I shoot just to kill the J. No plan to make it rain, so don't act a fool. I'm keeping cool. Get out of my face before I let loose all hell on your eyes. I just wanna get by this with these hit parts from my end and not the crease. Don't care, whatever you do as you please, but don't disturb my feet unless you wanna taste of these bees knees. Don't you ever call my name. Oof. Every little thing I see feels like a match and I'm a flame. But it's rising up, things popping out, new moon just back me up, cause we don't wanna get there, run away. I'ma drop it on. I'm not kidding, I love it. I love the bounciness of it. I love that there's a positive poppiness to the sound. But the minute that he gets all spitty, like, that is what makes Pablo, right? When he gets like lyrical like that, that's what makes him totally different. The overall, like, over the top surface sound of the song is something that we've heard previously. Okay, I like the sound of it. It's catchy, it gets stuck in your head. It's thumpy. You can definitely listen to it whilst you're traveling, driving. But it's when you get into the lyrics is when you're like, this is different. It's Pablo, right? Do you see what I mean? I really, really love this kind of like faster bit. Don't care, whatever you do as you It's just so fire.
Monsoon, you don't wanna know. Vroom, vroom, like a vroom, vroom, like a horizon. Yeah, you better move, move, might just run you off. Lucky I'm sober, wanna run you off. Disengage, disengage, I don't wanna be enraged, cause I'm one ignite away from supernova burning flame. Blood is rising up, rays popping out, new moon just back me up. Just wait when I get there, this late, like I said it would. I'ma drop it on.
Yes.
You don't wanna know. Vroom, vroom, like a vroom, vroom, like a horizon.
He hasn't performed this live yet, has he?
Might just run you off. Lucky I'm sober, but I run you off.
Oh.
Monsoon, you don't wanna know. Like a vroom, vroom, like a horizon. You better move, move, might just run you off. Lucky I'm sober, but I run you off.
I love that beat. Oh, I love the way, I love the way he sounds in it. I love the lyrics that he chose to go into this song, but also I really love that beat. Okay, I come from an era of like 90s, 2000s where there was a lot of beat heavy stuff. And so this is like absolutely up my street. And don't we all need a song to like get us pepped up in the morning, or like for traveling or for working out? And it's like that. And it's kind of like clapping back at the haters, but it's not filthy. Okay, it's kind of like on the surface. It's just super, super catchy, a little poppy, and I really like that. A nice, really strong opening to the album, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing where this is going. The only thing that Pau didn't tell us in the TikTok live prior to the release of the album is whether the album is meant to be listened to in this order. I will assume yes, but that it's always quite interesting to hear from the composer if that's what they intended. But I'm going to go with it and see where this takes me, and really, really strong start.
Care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pairs, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe, why should I care? Shut your trap and just be quiet, give the mic, yeah.
I will not lie to you, I am very surprised at the use of the word piss, and now hopefully it's starting to make sense, like what I have thought about SB19. It's not that you can't swear, it's just that so far they just didn't need to, or I feel like they're the kind of group together and individually that they don't need to use swear words in order to get their point across. I feel like that they're just so creative that you can understand the frustration, or they can usually use a different word to explain that. Now we're getting to a point where they're no longer boys, they are men, and they are very, very confident in what they want to say and who they are. So now they are able to use this. And so when I made a couple of comments about Philippe and him using a lot of swear words in some of his own solo songs, I was hit with quite a lot of backlash. And look, I swear quite a bit in my personal life, but have you ever heard me swear when I'm talking to you right here? You don't always need to use it. You need to use it in like appropriate situations. It carries more weight if you use it when it's necessary, when it's the only way you can express that's what you mean to say. And that is where we are at with all of the SB19 members. Whenever they swear now, I feel it. Do they need to? No. I still don't think that they need to, but in this sense, I totally understand why he is using it, and same for Ken, for Philippe. I totally understand why he chose to use swear words when he has in Seven Sins and with Player 2 as well. But I hope that you're starting to understand my take on this, that it's not that, oh my gosh, I'm just so like prissy and that I don't like swearing and that I'm a goody girl. It's just that we're going through a transitional period with SB19. It's not something we've heard previously. And I think this is a really important conversation. I don't think it's a negative conversation at all. I think it's really important to talk about this change in lyricism that we are getting from them, this kind of more confidence to use those sort of words. So I am literally just coming from the TikTok live that Pau did prior to the release of this album, and he very accidentally said fuck, and then he covered his mouth, and then he blushed a little bit. Okay, so he understands that he has a young audience and that he needs to be careful about what he is saying. However, he's a grown man and he can swear if he wants to, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So I'm just trying to say, like, I hope that you're understanding that it's interesting that they're choosing to use swear words in their music. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, because the kind of music that I grew up listening to, just the other day, what was I singing? And I was like, I used to listen to that when I was 9 years old. and it is full of swear words, and it is very sexualized. That is like my reality. So again, don't think that I am a prude or that I am really prissy about this sort of stuff. It's a conversation. It's something that's happening, and I do want to talk about it.
Micha, I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe, what should
I can already feel myself singing it.
Just be quiet, keep the mic, yeah. Just keep it rolling my astro, cause I got a lot to get off of my chest and that's though. Had enough of this BS, I gotta let go. For there's too much toxic inside of me, need to pop so bit more. All I want is independence, but y'all like to boom, pushing me to the limits. Even after I told you bones, mind your own business. No CS, Pinocchio.
No CS, Pinocchio.
They be asking, oh, what happened to you? Guess you're now showing us the real you.
Oh, interesting.
Slap you in the face, now here's the truth. I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare.
We seldom hear this sound from him. This is very banned.
Just be quiet, get the mic, yeah, mic, yeah. I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe, why should I care? Shut your trap and just be quiet, get the mic, yeah, mic, yeah. Just give the mic, yeah. Give the mic.
It feels really 90s. Oh, even better, it's not a translation at all. It's literally a lyric video. This is so interesting.
I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe,
this sound is to die for.
Shut your trap and just be quiet, get the mic, yeah, mic, yeah. I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare. If you're not getting my vibe, what should I care? Shut your trap and just be quiet, get the mic, yeah, mic, yeah.
I just really love that shut your trap. It's just so direct. Here is a man that usually gives us so many like flowery and beautiful and poetic songs, and literally he is saying, shut your trap. Sometimes you need to say it though, don't you? I really like how it's obviously a song for the haters, sometimes even a song for people that are around you, because they have these expectations of you. And when you grow as a human being, because you grow every single day, they're all of a sudden, it's like, I didn't know you were like this. Oh, you're like this too. And they kind of like scrunch up their face at you, and you just want to be like, and I actually say this a lot. I might not say shut your trap, but I do say shut your face a lot. Maybe not directly to people's faces, because it would probably make me the most hated person on earth. But I do honestly just look at some people and the way that they treat me, knowing that you are evolving, and sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes, like, obviously I'm an Aries as well, so I'm also really fiery. But suddenly when people start to treat you differently, because they're like, oh, but you're not in that little box anymore, the little box that I was keeping you in as my pet, I just want to say shut your trap. So pal, I really feel you. You're a nightmare.
Why should I care about the things you have to say? No matter what I do, you'll hate me anyway.
Exactly.
I'm keeping it Friday, but with you it's always Monday. Now I get it just Sunday. For God's sakes, give me a break.
Oh, I love that.
I don't really care if you like me.
Oh, this is gonna be so good in a concert.
If you're not getting my vibe, why should I care? Shut your trap and just be quiet. Give me that. I don't really care if you like me. I've been trying to hold the pace, it's a nightmare.
I feel like every single song on this album needs to have a dance challenge.
Shut your trap and just be quiet. Get the mic, yeah, mic, yeah. Just give the mic, yeah. Give the mic, yeah. You're a nightmare. Why should I, yeah.
It really, really feels 90s to me. 90s band, and I love it. It's filthy. This song is filthy. That is such an earworm. That's gonna be stuck in your head all day.
Ilang segundo na lang ang natitira at lamang kami mga idol. Hawak nila ang bola ano, pero hindi nila.
So luckily I already saw the translation of this previously.
Biglang pinasa doon sa 3-pointer sa my corner. Nang wala MC na pumikadila it's over. Nagbasar bitter quick release sabay sigaw agad wala. Butata!
Oh my gosh. Jeez. This is right out of the movie. There was a dance movie back in the day and it was called You Got Served. Oh my gosh, am I showing my age? And this is right out of that. It would have been used in the final battle, and the good team, like the good guys, not the bad guys, they would have absolutely nailed it. Oh. He sounds like a beast.
Charging number 14. Malas para turn over. Biglang tinawag ako negosyo sa my corner.
I can imagine there is so much stuffed into this lyrically. I can't wait for him to eventually release like his official version of the translation. I'm going to say that Pao is showing his age as well, because I feel like all of these are kind of in touch with songs and bands and eras, like where he grew up. And I feel like he's showing his age by doing this. Like you can kind of see like where he's been inspired from. And it's coming out of him as well. Really just a killer song. And so far, my most favorite song on the album. I love the way that it's performed in real life. I love the dance challenge. That is the filthiest beat ever, an earworm, as I said. Like, even though that beat doesn't have lyrics, but it's in your head. It's in my head right now. I can hear it. I can feel it. I can hum it. It's that sort of a feel, and it makes me feel really fired up. And I love the whole play of the basketball, everything that's been incorporated in it, into the lyrics as well. And it's just a killer song. This really reminds me of Winner. It reminds me of something Mino. Well, he does a rap and it sounds a little bit like this. I love it. Anyway, I've got a written translation up just for me because I love this song. Oh, I like the strumming in the back. It's gonna be high up on my list, on my final list, you know. actually love everything about this song. I can actually imagine it having a music video like where you're doing like everyday mundane tasks. Like I literally just imagine you like ironing, but everything's like sped up, you know, like, and you're just doing like the mundane tasks in order to get to your final goal. All the like non-glossy things that you see. So, and I think that really applies for somebody, an artist like Pablo, because what we see of him is producing such amazing tracks and going out there and giving killer performances and everything. But behind the scenes, there is so much that happens. At the end of the day, he needs to go home and take care of his life and his health, and you know, like all the normal stuff that we do. You kind of you could gloss over that when you think about an artist, but in order to get to his goal, he's got to get through every single 24 hours. You know what I mean? And it could have a real fun music video to go with it.
Suntok sa buwan. Kahit pa ako'y umagayin at mabali aking likuran.
Nice.
Wala namang nanalo ng damit ay di man lang na dungisa. Yeah. Tatayunin lahat ng balakid sa aking kaisipan. Kahit mga matay malala.
I love it. I really, really love that. That is going to rank very high on my final list of when I tell you my list of the songs at the end of this whole listening. But I just have to say, lyrically, the sound of it, the kind of differences as well. Because like when he sings the chorus, you hear that like kind of the boredom, the mundane in his voice, because it's like everything you've got to keep on track with your goals. It's that kind of like always staying awake. So you're lacking the energy right there, but there's passion. At the end of it, in the verses, in the bridge, there is passion, and I really love that. And I have to thank Josue for putting it all together and then offering it to Pablo, because he could have so easily released that himself. And I feel like in the backing track, in the backing vocals, I heard Josue's voice, which is probably quite possible, isn't it? I really, really love that. And then hearing it performed live as well, I really love how it sounded. I think that it's definitely a song that everybody could sing along to. And it's one of those that like your voice almost sounds as one when you're singing it. Really, such a great song. Sounds like a musical, a number from a musical. Really got a musical theatre vibe.
Anyway, any day, I'll be okay as long as you're here to stay. 'Cause tonight I'm a fly, I'll be weightless. Ain't no way can anyone ever take this. Understand? I'll be damned, yeah. You're not part of the plan. I became a fan. You've been down with me from the start. But I don't believe it. And who's to say you're the one? But I guess you just take all my stress. Yes, in my mind cannot rest. Blessed by you, I'm blessed.
It's so nice.
Don't know how to suppress this. Think so now, I'll confess. A dream come true. me pull through just like the stars in the night. You're my light, shine bright, and I feel alive.
I love that. I guess I'm always just missing Michael Jackson. But I said, didn't I, when I watched him perform this in the mall tour, I said to you that it had this Motown feel to it, and that it reminded me of the Jackson 5 and a really little baby young Michael Jackson. And I guess I'm always going to miss him, so I'm always looking for him, but it's got such a Michael Jackson feel to it. I can even imagine what he would sound like. I can imagine the kind of crazy ad-libs he'd put at the end of this, and oh, Pablo, I just love it so much. It's going to be really hard for me to rank this album at the end. It's seamless. This song is just so complete. It is so perfect, and it's felt really in the heart. As cringe as that might sound, like I feel everything that this song wants to say.
Bigger and bigger, it got stronger like it's from above. Maybe it's Patty before it got right into me, but this time I think I'm ready and I'm sorry I'm an idiot. You and I were faded from the start, and I believe it. And who's to say you're not the one? But I guess you just take all my stress, yes. In my mind, getting all blessed by,
I want 18 to sing this back to Pau.
blessed by you. Don't know how to suppress this thing, so now I'll confess a dream come true. I'm blessed by you. You're a dream come true.
Oh,
I am blessed by you.
it's so pure.
You're the best. You just take all my stress, yes. In my mind, getting all rest. Blessed by you. I'm blessed by you. Don't know how to suppress this thing, so now I'll confess a dream come true. I'm blessed by you.
Pablo really knows how to make you feel what he intends for you to feel. And every single time he wants me to feel broken and empty and misunderstood, I always feel it. Whatever he tells me, I feel like it's my story that I am telling, okay? Like, I just feel like that emotion suddenly comes within me. Listening to Blessed, now I listened to Josh Cullen recently. I did my album listening, and he had a song in there that was dedicated to fans, to BBQs, and it made me feel really emotional. And it was happy, it was positive, but it made me feel really different. Now, I feel like Blessed is that sort of a song. It is a gift to all of those around you whom you think are your blessings, okay? Not just to 18. This is for his family and for his friends. But I didn't feel sad at all. I felt insanely happy. Like, my smile was like the Cheshire Cat. My face hurts from smiling so much. That was pure bliss, pure happiness. He intended for us to feel really good whilst listening to this song. Otherwise, I promise you I would have cried. I thought I was going to. I thought, I'm going to listen to this, and because it's just such a happy, pure song, I'm probably going to feel really emotional. And I felt it. I felt a little twinkle in my eye, but I didn't feel sad. It is just so happy. And right here, right now, in the middle of this album, I just want to say I'm so grateful that Pablo chose to release an album with this sort of a feel, because it is true. I don't want him to be always thought of as like a one-trick pony that all he can ever do is La Luna. You know, like that's not it. He is capable of so much more. And when he gives us like uplifting songs through SB19, I really, really love it. Like, Freedom is just so lovely, and I do feel emotional when I listen to Freedom, but I just really appreciate that he took the time to think it through, and he gave us an album which is just so different from what people perceive him to be. And he like shattered that image that had been partly created by him, obviously, but partly created by us, the listeners, the viewers, the casuals. And he's given us something that is like, this song itself is such a blessing, and I think it just kind of puts together how I feel about SB19. So I want to hurry up and practice this because I want to sing it back to them. It was just so beautiful. And as I was saying earlier on, this is the most seamless. It feels really natural. Now, let me refer back to Michael Jackson, because I do love talking about Michael Jackson. Sometimes I listen to songs and I'm like, I really like that song, but it would have been really cool if it was like this. And I'm like, there's a little part in the song that maybe didn't like vibe with me. I don't know how to really explain it. And I would say, like, this song, it's seamless. Every single moment, every single lyric, every vocal trick that he does in this is absolutely perfect. Like, this song was meant to exist. It was meant to sound like this. It is a like 100 out of 100 song. It's the only way to explain it. It's so perfect. Huh? What? This is so different. This sounds like Prince. This now sounds like the 80s.
Every day we've got something we desire to just let go, baby. Ika'y galing sa ibang planeta. Ika'y galing sa ibang planeta. Malakas na aura, mukhang kakaiba.
What on earth is going on? Will you excuse me a second while I try to get some sort of a translation up for this, because I honestly don't know what is going on anymore. I kind of need to know the gist of what is happening in this song. And then we suddenly had a switch in the rhythm, and now it sounds like, what's that song? What's that Missy Elliott song? Work It? And now it sounds like Missy Elliott. Am I going to be able to get this on? English translation might not be accurate, but let's go with it. Okay. Oh.
Malabog mga tambol at ang kumpana. Naging madali ang transformasyon. Ilang beses na muntik ka na maikahon. Noon pa yun, ano ngayon? Ito na, lulong sa walang katapos na mabas ng mga alo. Huwag na mabalin na sa musika. Pinali ang batas ng pisika. Di na makontento sa tipikal na parang galing sa ibang planeta. Wala ka bang naririnig, tol? Ayan na tumatagot na ang tambol.
Wow.
Ang yumayanig na lingkod. Nagpasako na nag-iisang tagapagtanggol. Every day we've got something we desire to just let go, baby. Ika'y galing sa ibang planeta. Ika'y galing sa ibang planeta. Bawat parang tagusabi, yung mapapaisip.
I am so freaking confused right now in the best way possible. I feel like Pablo has the ability to shock me, and then he really shocks me. He's the best. He's the freaking best. Like, this is just completely different from what I ever imagined. Like, he gives us, like, absolute lyrical bliss. He gives us emotional ballads. He gives us works of art. He gives us stuff that is uplifting, that makes you want to live another day, okay? And then he gives you stuff like this. This is so interesting, because now he's going into this sort of a zone. He's trying this sort of creativity. The future Pablo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We've seen nothing yet, have we? And I just want to say that kind of like the chanting in the middle of this, I kind of want to say that there was like a real Filipino vibe to that. I might be incorrect, so please correct me. I'm happy to be incorrect on that. But it sounded very authentically Filipino. This bit.
Kadalasan ng katotohanan medyo masakit. Hindi mo mapapatanong ka na lang ng bakit.
kind of want this to have a music video, because what will it look like? This is insane. Guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. He caught me completely off guard with that. I don't even know what to make of that, you know? It kind of takes me back to the first time I ever heard What. And it's crazy to think now the amount that I love and I respect What as a song. When I first heard it, I was like, how is this one song? Because to my ear, I am not used to hearing a song that is so choppy, that has so many different beats and rhythms. And I was like, it sounds like a couple of different songs all put together, but it works. I like it. And this kind of sounds similar. And I just know that this song deserves all of my respect. That's insane. Pablo, can you please release an official visualizer for this so I can have a proper translation? Because this deserves to be heard. This is the song that deserves to be nominated in like composition awards or lyric awards or something, because this is art. With the emphasis on a T. Okay, this is really important stuff that he is doing. And also, I mean, obviously he's talking about other planet, and he's obviously got his ear to the ground with a lot of issues that are going on in the world today. I'm going to make my Michael Jackson reference again, because it's reminding me of what Michael Jackson did. They don't really care about us and Earth Song and those sorts of like ear to the ground stuff. Oh, if I could shove my fist in my mouth, I would right now, because it gets me so freaking excited for the future of Pablo. Like, he's really here. He is really here. I don't even think it's fair for me to rank this album at the end, because how can you rank a song like this? He is also the WWF ambassador or something along those lines, isn't he? I love this song. Let me get a translation up. It sounds like it belongs in a movie. I love that I can't leave the faucet open to a clogged sink. It's so funny because his voice in his tempo, the instruments that they've chosen in a lot of these songs are just so perfect, because Pablo has this urgency to get his message across. He is so incredibly passionate about what he wants to say, and he has this urgency. And how do you get instruments that match up with that? You know, and how do you get instruments that don't A, overpower him, or B, they highlight his voice further, and they just get it so spot on. The duo that is Rad Kids are world class, and I just really love to be able to like listen to these official tracks, because you get everything that they have done, and I really, really appreciate that. raspiness.
Darating, hindi bali ng pagkungkisa. Matching, ulan ng kamalasan at sasaluhin mong lahat ng yan bago bumako. Ang pinaka-inaasam huwag kang suko-batso. Huwag lang yan. Puso na iyo ikinasa. Wala nang katapusan ng bala. Sigurado pulpa sa pangamba. Sa sarili ika'y tiwala. Imposible mo wala ng gana. Kahit na pilitin ka pang ibaba. Gusto namang natakot sa
Oh, that band.
sabi ni Nay naku po, ikaw ba'y sigurado sa gagawin mo? Ang sabi ni Telo, at paano na ang mga plano? Hanggang palabas ako na, bigla sa katiguma. Kutang sa'yo humihila, ikaw na mismo ang kukuha. Ngayon mo na kung ano lasa, tumitigil simula ng matcha. Kasi dito galing ang gusta, sila pa mo na Micha. Anong problema? Malamang pera. Pwede bang teka? Kalaga mo ng kaluluwang mo sa bodega. Ano bang tema? Ng buhay mo reba, tama trahedya. Di pa pwedeng maiba. Ako muna mo ng pluma. Kaya mo yan.
Oh,
Huwag mong titigilan. Sigihan mo pa.
so freaking dramatic. He is one day for sure gonna be writing the score for like a big massive movie. He has got everything in him to do it.
Ng buhay mo reba, tama trahedya. Di pa pwedeng maiba. Ako muna mo ng pluma.
Jeez.
Kaya mo yan. Huwag mong
Can you imagine this with a band? Or an orchestra?
Ikaw ba'y sigurado sa gagawin mo? Ang sabi ni Tayala, at paano na ang mga plano?
Hanggang palabas ako na, bigla sa katiguma. Kutang sa'yo humihila, ikaw na mismo ang kukuha. Ngayon mo na
I feel so pumped.
simula ng matcha. Kasi dito galing ang gusta, sila pa mo na Micha. Sige ba?
Whoa. So freaking dramatic. Oh my gosh. Do you know, like, I don't know how you feel about High School Musical, but it really feels like High School Musical, like maybe a tad dramatic, a tad expensive for High School Musical, but it really got me feeling like that. And I kind of want a music video for everything. Oh my gosh. Do you know what I am thinking looking at this? I could really imagine these two albums having a jukebox musical. So if you're not aware of what a jukebox musical is that usually a musical will be, they'll have a story. And within the story, the composers will write songs that help progress the story forward, and then you'll get the whole storytelling, singing, everything, right? A jukebox musical, if I can get my words out, is where a musical is written around an existing catalogue of music, for instance. So I'm saying that Alon and Laon could be that catalogue, right? A musical could be written around this entire journey, and it could be performed in the Royal Albert Hall in London with an orchestra. And oh my gosh, when is that going to happen? Me saying it is manifesting it, and I am just so hyped, and I can't wait to see what song out of this has a music video. And I am going to try and rank these for you. It's near impossible, and it's quite disrespectful for me to do that. And I'm going to rank these in the way that might be surprising, but obviously preference does come into it, because I'm not just going to listen to something, or I'm not just going to praise it if I don't like it. Like, what's the point? That's a complete lie. I can't do that. But I'm going to tell you what a mix of what I feel is like incredibly impactful and that I really like. This is the kind of feel behind my ranking. So I would say the best song on this album is Tambol. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It's the best song on the album. That's some crazy freaking stuff right there. I need to see the behind the scenes of when they were putting that song together, because I think that those sleepless nights that he was talking about were probably what led him to create a freaking masterpiece like that. That is my number one on this album, followed by Butata. It's just crazy. The beat, the lyrics, everything, the way that Pao moves his freaking body throughout that dance challenge. Then it gets a little tricky. Blessed. Puyat. Micha. Oh, this is really hard now because I'm so far away from listening to Neumun that I don't really remember. But I'm gonna go with Neumun and Don't Care. That's my ranking. Are you able to rank? If you're not able to rank them all in some sort of an order, then at least tell me what your favourite song on the album is. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and I'm really glad that I went ahead and did this because it cannot go on to week 3 without me listening to Pao's masterpiece, and it was very much necessary after like having some intense breakdowns and feeling really, really emotional after the release of Laon. I think that this was very necessary, and I thank you, Pao, for realizing that this was a necessity, that we needed to see this side of you. We needed music like this from you as well. And please never go back into the shadows. You mustn't ever gatekeep your talent from us. And I think I agree. Like, you've done something incredibly special right here. And I think it's going to take me another couple of listens to get the full impact of it, but it's a lot. This is a lot. I think that Laon speaks to the emotional side of me. It gives me everything that I love from Pablo, that beautiful poetic lyricism, the storytelling, the emotional delivery. But I think that this album gives me something that I've seen shadows of, but now I'm seeing the actual product. That's crazy. That is a crazy album. And I feel really pumped, and I have all this energy and I have nowhere to go with it. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about all the songs on this album, and thank you so much for putting up with this. I know it's difficult when I don't have lyrics and I'm trying to just like make do with what I've got, but I get it. I felt it. Thank you so much for listening to this with me, and until I see you next time, take care. Stay safe. Bye.